I'm Wendy Red Star. I grew up on the Crow Indian Reservation in Montana. I'm a visual artist, and I'm based out of Portland, Oregon. I created the Four Seasons in 2006 when I was a graduate student at UCLA. The main kind of feeling that prompted the work was from a trip to the Natural History Museum. And the reason why I went there was because I knew that I would be able to find crow objects. And so part of it was feeling homesick for my community. The way that it was set up in 2006 is you went through this dinosaur exhibit. So you walked under this big brontosaurus and you saw all this extinction. And then you entered into the native galleries. And I really felt that it set people up to think of native people as extinct. I ended up going through their diorama section. And I've always loved dioramas, but it was uncanny how much these dioramas look like Montana. I wanted to recreate that in a way that I could step back and really think about that. And so that's how the piece came about. I really kind of loved this idea that I could create these sets. It was important for me to have this fake nature pull people in, but then when they get to it, they see that it doesn't exist. And I think that's where people really kind of grapple with the piece, is that everything else is really fake, but whatever this outfit that this woman is wearing, it looks very real and it feels very real, and that's because it is. In the Four Seasons, I am dressed exactly how my grandmother dressed me and how a Crow woman should present herself. The elk-tooth dress, or ijilik da, is really important to Crow women. And it's basically a status symbol by wearing these elk teeth, which are the two eye teeth of an elk. So we're really kind of showing off the men's ability to hunt in the family or to trade. But during the reservation period, crows were no longer allowed to hunt. Elk were also becoming extinct around that time in Montana. And so the teeth were being carved out of wood or bone. And now, typically, they're all made out of resin or plastic and sometimes glass, but it still holds that same status symbol. Maybe a few years ago, it dawned on me that my family and my community is really poor. And I didn't realize that, but when you looked at the numbers, a lot of my aunts and uncles never went to college. They're on welfare. And I think the biggest reason for me of not really thinking that we were poor is that we're so culturally rich. The elk-tooth dress embodies that cultural richness and that power. And even though the elk-tooth dress is about showing off like the hunting abilities of the men, we're a matrilineal society, so everything is passed through the woman's side. To me, that's sort of the ultimate feminism that there can be. So I like to think of a Maya Angelou poem where she talks about how she comes as one, but she stands as 10,000. And especially with feeling alone in Los Angeles as the only Crow person that I knew. Yet I'm not alone because I have all my ancestors and all my grandmothers sort of standing with me. And the dress really kind of embodies that for me.